Welcome to the evolution of sports radio.
You see, in this industry, just like in life, everything evolves.
Call 256-576-4977 to make your audible for the Blitz.
That man is playing Galaga. Thought we wouldn't notice, but we did.
It's the Afternoon Blitz. Here are your hosts, Smokey, Captain Cool, and the Bandi Man.
Hello and welcome to the Afternoon Blitz right here on the Blitz Sports Radio. I am your host. I am not the cool man. No. He's gone. He's gone for the day. He's got his sister's wedding, Abraham's. Oh my God. Why do we have to have multiple Abrahams work here so then they all have to get out? Anyway, I digress. Smokey right here, taking over for Captain Cool in the leadoff position. And to my left, which actually is pretty ironic that I could still say that and use his inflection with all of his introduction and all that. But he's a man that just came back from Montana. We only had one normal day this week for the Afternoon Blitz. Captain Cool's out. The Bandi Man's in.
I can hear you clicking it so many times to get him falling down the pit. But man, is this how it felt the entire time? It just doesn't feel right.
You feel all like lonely, don't you?
I know, I miss Captain Cool.
You don't have anybody in the room with you.
I know. It's so empty. I don't know how to feel about this.
Yeah, that's what Captain Cool had to deal with. And he was just sitting in the same spot, so what messed him up even more is he's so used to looking at me with my cues and all that stuff that I give him that he relays to you. So, yeah, we're blind again.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even think this far ahead. I can't see you.
We are absolutely blind, so just... This is fantastic.
Oh, my goodness.
This is going to be my 6-hour radio right now.
Man, I know you're going strong, though.
Yeah. I should do the drive on our sister station, 97.7 ESPN The Zone, just to do the full marathon.
I mean, would that be considered like the 97.7 World Tour?
That would probably be the Iron Man, I would say. But anyway, let's get all these particulars out of the way. You can follow us on Twitter. I'm at Rose Scholar. Bandi is at BLarry2016. The station is at _sports. Facebook, the Blitz Sports Radio is the page that you need to go search the Blitz Sports Radio, like the page on Facebook. Twitch.tv/977ESPN. Go subscribe to that particular Twitch channel right there if you do have the Twitch. YouTube, search 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Don't search WZZN TV because if you do, it's going to take you down a wormhole.
Yep, we're not quite there yet.
The easiest way is just search 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Your first search result will be WZZN TV. You'll be able to subscribe right there. 256-576-4977. This is the phone number to get into the program, as well as did I forget anything? Whoa. I gotta mention the programming. Coming up on the Blitz this evening, starting at 8:30, you can listen to or watch the North Alabama High School Scoreboard Show presented by Woody Anderson Ford, hosted by Scott Tyson, and that starts at 8:30, where he does a little bit of red zone like with the high school football action in North Alabama, taking you game to game. And then if you go over to our sister station, 97.7 The Zone, you'll have two options for high school football, as you've got Guntersville, one of the best teams in North Alabama, taking on Buckhorn over there in Newmarket. Drew DeArmond and Austin Coletti will be on the call over there. And then Madison County and Madison Academy, Steve Moulton and Glenn Laird will be on the call on that one. And so, Bandi, I'm spent.
Yeah,
Give me a cigarette. I'm done.
Do I need to get you a water? I don't mind.
I got H2O, man. I got plenty of H2O. Got to make sure to stay hydrated.
All right.
Hydration is key.
All right. So because Captain Cool always started off the show, I got to start off the same way he would. How about them Browns?
Oh, God, the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
So the Cleveland Browns ended up with a 29-17 victory against the Pittsburgh Steelers last night. And the funniest thing that always happens with this, because I'm going to turn this into the world of fantasy.
Oh boy.
As in, you remember the DF3? What was that last particular part of the DF3 that I mentioned yesterday?
Was it oh yeah, you had Mitch Trubisky as your bonus prize?
No.
That wasn't it?
I was relying on a particular entity to score a touchdown.
Ooh, the Cleveland defense.
Yes, having the Cleveland defense last night helped boost my winnings last night. But also, if you were in the millionaire play in DraftKings, there was I think it was like 6-7 people that, or no, this had to have been four or five, because they were winning $262,000 at the time before the final play of the game. $262,000, and this was screenshotted by Walter Football on Twitter last night. After that touchdown, they went from first to 42nd.
Oh my gosh!
$262,000.
That's how much they lost for.
No. $262,000 was what they were going to win.
Okay.
Defensive touchdown. They won $750.
Oh no.
Bandi, if you were in that type of situation, how much help would you need?
Oh my! I would pass out. I wouldn't be waking up until the next morning, because my stomach would drop so fast from just watching all that potential money just drop because of one defensive touchdown.
One garbage time defensive. Well, actually, I couldn't say garbage time because it was a 12-point victory. It was still a one-score game when the last snap happened. And as we know from the Browns the previous week, anything could happen with the Cleveland Browns.
Yep. And I was glad to see that but for one, the Browns did win, and that two, Najee Harris finally did something for me on my fantasy team.
Oh, Najee finally, yeah, he did do some. The big winner of fantasy-wise last night was David Njoku.
Ooh.
As Njoku pulled off over 20 points, which coming from a tight end is quite impressive, and being top point getter of the game never sucks, especially like if you're a DFS play and you get a guy like Njoku who's way low on the money scale. If you are able to work that and cash that in, I was not. I didn't have Njoku as my multiplier, which I should have, but I digress. We'll have more DF3 action later on, but that's where you get your money. That's where you get your big winners. High risk, high reward. So that right there. But we got amazing things to talk about today. We got Joe Hunk from 104.5 The Zone up in Nashville, as we're going to talk a little bit of baseball because he does the Strike Zone podcast. And Aaron Judge is getting ready to hit 61, hopefully. Apple TV has got the game tonight between the Yankees and the Red Sox, and they're not letting anybody live look in. No ESPN, no Fox, no nothing. Apple TV said, we're taking this and we're making it exclusive. It's ours, it's mine, it's the precious.
Oh, I cannot wait to see all the subreddits filled with streams to the game anyway. So go have fun, people. Here's a tip for you.
There's also plenty of other ways that you could do it if you are savvy enough in the streaming world with the sports that you could find a way to find Apple TV.
Yeah, because it's just Apple TV putting the exclusive rights on. I mean, kind of like how you brought up before we started the show, on a exclusive historic moment.
Exactly.
Like, that doesn't feel right.
No, it does not. Not one bit. Oh, that is just, yeah, it is ridiculous, and we'll get more into that. Let's see. Ime Udaka. I've always had trouble with this name. Udaka, right?
Was it Udoka?
Right? Udoka, yeah. Ime
Udoka.
Head coach of the Boston Celtics, who took them to the NBA Finals this past year after just a white-hot finish for the Boston Celtics, even though they did lose to the Golden State Warriors in 6 in the NBA Finals. He is suspended for a year, a full season, following a months-long investigation about breaking team code of conduct rules, and that being having a relationship, a consensual relationship with a female staff member. This has been something that I have not seen in the world of sport before, that I really want to get more into depth, and we've got plenty of time to get that taken care of. But Bandi, first thought on this of Udoka. Udoka. I'm looking at it. I see the spelling.
It's
right
Udoka.
Here.
It's Udoka.
Njoku I could do perfectly. Udoka I can't do right at one eye. So anyway, what is your thoughts of like your first initial thoughts with this suspension that got handed down? And I still got to go through all of Brad Stevens' press conference and figure out what he said on that one because this, like I said, this is my 6-hour radio. So
yeah.
I had to take a nice lunch break.
Anyway. I don't blame you, but I'm looking at the quote right now. They got they're talking about the Brad Stevens press conference actually on NBA Today, and one of the quotes was, "We have a lot of talented women in our organization, and I thought yesterday was really hard on them."
Well, what he's referencing is the Twitter detectives.
The Twitter detectives?
The Twitter detectives, because everybody on Twitter that was talking about this situation was trying to find exactly which female staffer was the one that he had relations with.
I tell you, Twitter sometimes scares me more than like the CIA.
Oh yeah,
I swear.
Right? But here's what really gets me more than anything. You know who Udoka's married to?
Who?
Nia Long.
Oh.
Do you know who Nia Long is?
Yes, and now I'm questioning why he would cheat on her.
What? Yes, exactly. I mean, this is a woman that's aged like fine wine. I had a crush on her back when I was a wee lad because she started, her big break was in Friday, and going on from there, and it was just like, what are you doing?
Just, what are you doing?
What are you doing? Exactly. That's exactly what it is. What are you doing? Anyway, we've got other things to talk about. We're going to preview this upcoming weekend with the Alabama football going up against Vanderbilt. I always got to say it that way. Vanderbilt. I mean, it's like oil tycoon. They got oil, it's like oil money. That's what the Vanderbilts were. They were oil money.
But you also got to say it fancy because it's like we kind of know they're like the scholarly part of the SEC. Like, look to them for the grades. They're fancy. Go to them.
Fancy. Highfalutin.
Go to Vanderbilt for the grades.
Highfalutin is one Mr. Drew D. Armond, the host of the Recruiting Blitz that comes on from 9 to 10 on the Tennessee Valley Blitz, we'll say. But also with that coverage, you can check out our sister station 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Pre-game coverage for the Crimson Tide Sports Network will start at 3:30 as the game goes at 6:30. But our game day tailgate show will start at 1:30. So you've got all sorts of Alabama coverage if you just download the apps. Download the Blitz app, the Tennessee Valley Blitz. All you got to do is search Blitz Sports Radio, download the app, and that's that easy. Same thing with 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Just search 97.7 ESPN. There's the app. Download it. You'll have all you need with live coverage of sport going on in the Tennessee Valley because I don't know anybody else in this area that does live sports like we do.
Right. I mean, and it's by far, I think, the easiest way to actually listen to the shows. It's just downloading the app, you open it, and you're right there.
Oh, my God, I can't believe that. Andre Iguodala is returning for his 19th season, old man.
Oh, wait, to the Warriors?
Yes, back to the Warriors.
Whew.
But
I don't know. Can he contribute? Can he still do it?
That's going to be the true question on that one.
Or is he just going to get blocked again?
Who knows? Who knows? Army football is off this week, so there will be no Army football on the Blitz, but you will also get ESPN Radio over the weekend as they'll do some college game day and then live cut-ins, or not live cut-ins, but live reports from the college football sites. And then on Sunday with the NFL football, they'll have a game of the week that we'll have on the Blitz, and then you could just listen to that. And we've got Falcons on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. I am on fumes. But we can talk about the game of the week a little bit. I mean, what's it going to be, Tampa Bay versus Green Bay? Oh, yes, Tampa Bay versus Green Bay. And by the way, Bandi, if you just look on over to your left and go into that cool edit and just hit that Rodgers one time for me.
All right, hold on. Let me just prime this up.
This is the way I kind of feel in like doing my job today.
I want to feel what pure love feels like.
When did he say that?
That was when he was talking about the tea.
Oh, the herbal tea. The one that's a plant.
I could use some of that tea right now. Oh, no, I'm kidding. I'm absolutely kidding. I do not condone any of that. Not one iota. Well, yeah. Anyway.
I don't think I've ever heard anyone use iota in a sentence before.
Iota, Greek
Iota.
letter after kappa, or no, lambda. I actually remember the Greek alphabet, but that was part of my pledging. Well, actually, no. With lambda chi, it was associating.
Oh,
because we were called associates and not pledges.
Oh, you weren't called pledges?
No.
Oh, that's no. See, I liked it when Oh, wait, can we actually get into pledgeship stories a little bit?
Yeah, we can.
Oh, like pledge stories? Okay, good.
It's a fun Friday.
Yeah, no, because I actually liked it because I was a pledge in Alabama, and I liked kind of the culture walking around because you would see other pledges who were kind of dressed the same way as you, but you would have like different shoes on depending on what fraternity you were, like different kind of jeans. But you could just kind of look at each other and be like, yeah, we're both going through it.
You know, another thing.
Like, stay strong, brother.
Another thing that really got me back in the college days is the fraternity stereotypes, because you would have, let's see, at UAB we had the Teeks, Tau Kappa Epsilon.
Yeah.
And they were big dudes. They were dudes that went out and liked to work out, and a lot of people accused them of the cream and the clear, if you know what I'm talking about. And cream of the clear being, if you weren't back around with Barry Bonds during his heyday, cream and the clear is slang for steroids.
Yep.
But we were called Lambda High throughout UABs instead of Lambda Chi, and that was our stereotype. I don't like stereotypes. Stereotypes are wrong. They're bad.
See, I was kind of more mad because we would always get confused for Pike, because I was in Pi Kappa Phi.
Oh, so you were a Pi Phi.
No, Pi Cap.
Pi Cap?
Yeah, but since Pike is Pi Kappa Alpha, people who didn't know any better would just associate the two to be the same and be like, oh, so you're in Pike. No. Completely different.
No, absolutely not. No. Oh, I got another wild story, too, that we could go into, because you remember WikiLeaks, right?
Yeah, I do.
WikiLeaks, the the situation at Wake Forest a few years ago, where staffers of Wake Forest was giving the Wake Forest game plan to their opponents.
What?
Yeah, it was the Wake Forest Louisville game, to be completely specific, but they were wondering, like, the head coach of Wake Forest was going, how in the hell do they know, like, what exactly we're going to be doing? Well, they had the game plan.
Okay. I just looked up an article for it from 2016, and it's called WikiLeaks.
Yeah, WikiLeaks. That's why I said it was a WikiLeaks situation, because Herm Edwards has been canned by Arizona State, we're all expecting Brian Harsin to, like, we're waiting on that nail to fall, or that cookie to crumble, whatever you want to call it. Like, however type of comparison you want to do. But Herm Edwards being out at Arizona State, there's reports coming out now from Saturday Out West that said staffers of Arizona State were actually actively going to their opponents and giving them game plan info and play sheets and all that just to get Herm fired. That is
actually terrible.
Have you heard of any, like? I
hadn't heard about any of that. I just know he got let go from Arizona State. I didn't know the story behind it.
Well, that's coming out today. That's why I'm bringing it up.
Okay.
Is because it's just been busted out today about the situation with Herm Edwards. And let me ask you, Bandi, have you ever been so mad at a boss that you would do something like this to get them fired?
I can't say that I have, but I have been mad at people I've met in the jobs I've worked at where I could have done something illegal.
I could have done something illegal, but
working in hospitality is not easy.
You know what sucks? Food service.
Yes.
Food service sucks.
Hey, honestly, if you've got a job in food service, you're listening to this right now, major respect for you.
Oh, yes.
I could not do it.
As a man that has been a GM of a Burger King before and been almost 8-9 years in food service management, Yeah, I feel you. I feel you, and I respect you. That's the exact reason why and that's what I saw a tweet the other day about how the comparison of Gen Z versus boomers and the way they clean up tables or the way they leave tables for their waitresses or waiters. One showing the boomers just had everything all scattered out and nothing was put together or anything like that. And then they had the Gen Z one where all the dishes were stacked and everything was all basically like you could get it in two trips at most.
Yeah.
Compared to the boomers where you had to do like maybe 3-4 trips or like you had to be the one stacking everything up. But in all honesty, if you know you're like all food service workers I know and myself included, if me and my wife go out to eat, I will set everything up so that it will make things a whole lot easier for the waiter or waitress to clean up afterwards, or even the busboy. It depends on what type of restaurant you go to.
Right. I mean, I guarantee you a lot of those workers selling that day, like they don't like doing that job.
You damn right on that one.
Yeah.
But
so I mean, just to make it as easy as possible for them, so they can just kind of get through the shift a little easier. I mean, you just gotta help them through it.
Anyway, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We're going to pay some bills, and on the other side of the break, we're going to have Joe Hunk of 104.5 the Zone up in Nashville, and we're going to talk baseball. We're going to talk Titans. We're going to talk Vols. We're going to talk a whole bunch of other stuff that I don't even know right now. Like we're wherever the wind blows and takes us, that's where we'll be going with Joe. You're listening to the Afternoon Blitz.
Adopt US Kids presents Multiple Choice Parenting.
You're bringing your daughter to her favorite pop star's concert. Do you A, wear earplugs?
Isn't this fun, Dad?
I'll have a soft pretzel.
B, remember the moment with matching concert t-shirts?
That's gonna be $180.
Or we can just take a photo.
C, show her how you used to do concerts.
We're going crowd surfing.
I can't. He's too heavy. Oh, my God. Ah.
Or D, just roll with it.
Justin! OMG! He just looked. I love you, Justin! I love you!
When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers. But that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
The tech show's on this month. You know, I was thinking of looking at home security systems.
Oh, cool. I'll go with you. We're looking for more home security ideas, too. That's why I called Budget Blinds.
Budget blinds?
Look at this.
A remote for the blinds.
Yep, motorized.
Okay, well, that's beyond cool. I love it. But what does it have to do with home security?
Oh, they also come with a timer. The blinds and drapes open themselves in the morning, close in the evening.
Oh, so it looks like somebody's home even when you're not.
Exactly, and I saved a bunch of money. Sally saved a bunch of money.
Ha, but you'll take the credit.
Yeah.
My brother, the tech genius.
Thanks, man.
Now, give me that remote.
Budget Blinds motorized window coverings are the ultimate in luxury, and during the Luxury Within Reach event, they're even more affordable. The more you buy, the more you save, with savings up to $2,000. Hurry and call 855-BUDGET-BLINDS now before this offer ends, or go online to budgetblinds.com. Don't miss out. Call 855-BUDGET-BLINDS now. Offer good on select products at participating independently owned and operated franchises. Restrictions may apply. Ask for details.
This is Wes Neighbors with Philip with Eagle Insulation, and we have an announcement to make.
Yes, Wes, we are now Eagle Masonry and Insulation. Still a place to call for your installation needs, but now we offer masonry services.
What kind of masonry projects can you handle?
Wes, no job is too big, no job is too small. We can do renovations, new construction, outdoor fireplaces, fire pits, brick landscape borders.
Well, when you came out to my house, you did both the insulation and masonry at the same time. You guys did rock for me, you did brick for me, and you insulated my house. That's usually done at the same time that you're building a house.
Absolutely. It really capitalizes on two services you need at the same time, and you can get one company to handle both of those.
Philip with Eagle Insulation will come out, do your installation. He'll do your masonry. They do a great job. They guarantee your work. Check out more online at insulatedwitheagle.com and schedule your free examination today. 256-755-1556.
Thanks, Wes.
How long does it take to get to the forest?
That's not far.
What are we gonna do? Hike? Sure. Are we there yet?
Yep, it's a short drive from your neighborhood to your naturehood. Visit discovertheforest.org, brought to you by the Ad Council and the U.S. Forest Service.
This hour of the Blitz is brought to you by Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Online at FlemingHSV.com. The Blitz has been called.
And welcome back to the Afternoon Blitz right here on the Blitz Sports Radio. Smokey and Bandi taking you all the way up till 4 bells this afternoon. Captain Cool has to go take care of his sister's wedding, so he's not here. It's been a messed up week for all of us here at the Afternoon Blitz, but not on a fun Friday. Not on a fun Friday, because a fun Friday, we always have our Fun Friday guest, which he does a fantastic job up at 104.5 The Zone. He's also a part of Titans Radio. He does the Strike Zone podcast, the Gamer Zone podcast, or not podcast, but streaming, and he is just damn good at what he does. He is the one, the only Joe Hunk. Joe, good afternoon, sir. How are you?
So let me get this straight. One Abraham has a wedding, and like half of the station is gone now?
Pretty much.
Yeah, it's kind of how it works around here.
Okay, first off, how many Abrahams are there in the Abraham family?
Let's see, 11 with Tom, the babe, and the kids.
Have they not learned yet that getting married during football season is a sin punishable by death? I mean, what on earth?
Well, you're talking to somebody who took a vacation to Montana last week, too.
Hey, to be fair, it was beautiful.
It was beautiful. You sure?
I guarantee you that Tom says his daughter is beautiful, too. It doesn't really matter that you still did something during football season.
It's all no vacations in the fall, right, Joe?
No, like look, and again, I said this last week while you were gone. I was actually scheduled to go to Chicago last week, but the trip ended up getting canceled, and so I ended up working. So I understand that stuff comes up during football season, but at the same time, you're talking about a wedding. Okay, I have no clue about her husband or anything, but he's already getting pushed over by the fact that he allowed a football season wedding. When my wife and I got married, I told her, look, we're not doing a football wedding. I don't care. You're not doing anything in the fall. Not because I don't want it, but because 95% of the people on my side of the wedding would not show up.
Exactly.
Because we're all working.
Exactly. You're thinking about the big picture.
That's exactly what it is right there. But, Joe, first and foremost, I got to bring in some baseball questions because the judge is at 60. 61 might happen tonight. Red Sox and Yankees are on Apple Plus TV. And what's confusing me right here, or not confusing me, this is just straight up jacked. That Apple TV is not allowing anybody to do a live look-in on the judge. What are your thoughts on this?
Okay, so I've got some questions on this because I'm wanting to double-check beforehand because from everything I'm reading, this is still a free game, right? Like, if you can download the Apple Plus app and watch the game for free, am I right?
I believe you have to have an Apple TV subscription for this.
Okay, if that's the case, then this is bullcrap. Because of the simple fact that you are literally messing with realistic history. And I talked about this on the Strike Zone last night is I was like, this last month, and more specifically the last 2 weeks of what has happened with Aaron Judge, is probably the first time that I have actually resented the steroid era. And this is somebody that was playing baseball in college, trying to get drafted during the steroid era. So, I mean, I understand this, okay? But at the same time, everything that Aaron Judge is doing and should be blown up into a bigger scale just because of the fact that he is doing it the right way. Like, next year is going to be the 25th anniversary of the 1998 season, okay? But we all knew Mark McGwire was doing something fun, okay? Like, he said it was creatine, which made me take more creatine and get in the gym
me
even
too,
more.
I will admit that.
I mean, seriously, like, the moment he said it, I was already taking creatine during my workouts because I knew that I could in high school and college baseball. Like, that was approved, so I was able to do it. I just started taking more. I'm like, oh, well, if this is helping him, then okay, cool. We knew that Sammy Sosa was probably doing something, and then we later found out about Bonds and the clear and the documentaries and all this other stuff. But Aaron Judge has never failed a PED test. He's never been called for HGH. He's never failed any sort of test for, some goat's milk or whatever you want to say. Like, he's never done anything wrong.
Are you kidding me?
I'm pretty... What?
Oh, goat's milk. That's fantastic, Joe. But
breast milk or something? Like, it was, yeah.
Wait, that's
it was one of those.
I was about to say, wait, that's an actual thing? I've never heard a story like that.
Oh, like
no, seriously.
The massaging of the milk into the muscles and all that. You've never heard that?
No.
Oh my God.
I've never heard of a milk massage.
No, it's so this is all that. But Aaron Judge has never been caught with any of this stuff, and so now heard this. Now, the lucky thing for Major League Baseball, and more specifically for the Yankees, is that everybody's able to word this in a way that we all know what it means. Like, if you're watching MLB Network, they have this ability now, because Aaron Judge is in the American League and he's a Yankee, that they're saying Aaron Judge is going for the Yankee and American League all-time home run record.
Right.
Like, they're able to say it like that, but we're all sitting here going, we know what you really want to say, right? Like, we all know that you really want to say that he's going for the home run record.
It's the real record in my eyes.
Absolutely. It totally is. And again, I knew this with Barry Bonds. It didn't kill the fact that I literally chased the man around the country just to see him hit a home run. But I always knew, okay, he was doing something strange. Aaron Judge is not. And the fact is again, if Hank Aaron was and it is gone, if his family were to show up at somebody else's stadium to celebrate the fact that they were about to break this record, it would be just amazing. Roger Maris's family is in a suite watching this happen because they were forced. And I say forced, it was more of like a, hey, look, this is happening. Can you please be a part of it? Roger Maris's family was paraded around St. Louis just so that they could be there for Mark McGwire to break that record. Now, it was a little bit easier because, yes, he was a St. Louis Cardinal at one point in time, so it felt like another Cardinal was breaking the record. But at the same time, you're now talking about this, I guarantee you, for them, is therapeutic. Because for them, they're now able to go, if Aaron Judge hits 61 and 62, which he has like 2 weeks to do it, if he hits 61 and 62, this will be one of those, he is the real home run king. We were here to celebrate him and what he did, and my dad would be proud that not only that he did it the right way, but that he did it as a Yankee, and he did it at Yankee Stadium. That's why this is so awesome. Now,
the opinion of the other co-host, Captain Cool, is that not only is he going to get the 61 and 62 easily, he's predicting he's going to go all the way to 70, 71. Do you see that as a possibility?
No.
That's as ridiculous as Dark Horse Heisman as Anthony Richardson. But continue, Joe. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, if Anthony Richardson could complete a pass, maybe we could have that conversation.
Right.
But it was the problem. But the problem is that unlike what Barry Bonds was going through back in 2001, unlike what some other people or players have been a part of, Aaron Judge is still trying to clinch a playoff spot with the Yankees. Now, the problem is they're also trying to become one of the top 2 seeds in this as well. So when you're talking about Aaron Judge at bats, now you're also having to look at it from a strategic standpoint of if you're going up against a team that they could potentially be facing in the playoffs, that he's going to get walked. He's going to get that quote-unquote Barry Bonds treatment, not because they're afraid of him putting one 460 feet away, but because the team he's facing is also trying to make the playoffs. So that's the main reason why, is that he's not going to get 4 at-bats every single game. He may not even get 3 at-bats every single game. He's got about 2 weeks to hit 2 home runs. If he was going to get to 73 or 74, he would have to hit a home run a game. He's not going to see enough good pitches to get 2 solid hits a game, let alone a home run a game.
Right, most definitely. Joe Hunk on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline with us. You can follow him on Twitter at Joe Hunk. And Joe, just to follow up on that one, the judge is also not only going for the quote-unquote AL record, even though we all agree that this is actually the true record, he's also got Triple Crown in his eyes, as he is leading in all 3 of the major categories right now, which begs me to ask this question because I don't see this debate going around, and it's something I feel like that should be warranted more. Is this the greatest season of all time if he hits that triple crown as well as the home run record?
You know, the idea of the greatest season of all time is kind of it's a vague answer because
greatest hitting season of all time.
Well, and that's where it comes up because what Shohei Ohtani did last year was absolutely amazing. Like everybody talks about the Babe Ruth comparison with Shohei Ohtani, but Shohei was doing it at the same time where Babe Ruth wasn't. Babe Ruth had a time where he was an amazing pitcher and had a time where he was an amazing hitter. And there was a little bit of crossover, but not the same way that Shohei is, where Shohei will strike you out with a 98-mile-per-hour fastball up and in, and then he'll come in and park one off of you and then walk back out to the mound and throw you out again. So that was one of those unique seasons. When the last Triple Crown happened and it was Miguel Cabrera, it was still happening, but the Tigers weren't in a situation the same way the Yankees were. The fact is, and the way that Aaron Judge is playing and what he is surrounded by, look again, you not only have Aaron Judge doing what he's doing, but if you walk Aaron Judge, the guy standing behind Aaron Judge is not only just as good, he could be historically better. And that's Giancarlo Stanton. and that's where this whole thing is terrifying because before Giancarlo Stanton was a Yankee, he was the one that hit 60 home runs in a regular season. Before Aaron Judge did it, he just did it in Miami where everybody else didn't want to pay attention to it. So if Aaron Judge does this and he hits 62, he gets the Triple Crown, I would say yes if they make it to the World Series. Also, talk amongst yourself for a few seconds because I'm going through a dead spot.
I'm at least glad he gave us a heads up.
I know. It's a beautiful thing. But, Bandi, I know you're not exactly a baseball guy, but does this Judge season right here draw you more into the world of MLB to watch?
It actually does a little bit because, I like seeing home runs being hit. That's kind of the main draw I go to watch
Chicks
baseball.
Dig
anyway.
the long ball.
Exactly. They dig dingers. But
hit dingers. Are you a Little League guy now? Do you hit dingers?
Oh, I love that clip. That one kid. But like I'm saying,
I think I'm good now.
But it's like I said, that's the most enjoyable part of baseball to me is just watching home runs get hit. So if I could see Aaron Judge get to 62, or to my prediction that like we had a couple
you
weeks
and I
ago.
both went at 63. We thought the Judge would have a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. So.
But Bandi,
I'll see him do it.
You got the floor now, sir.
But we can kind of switch over to football a little bit. I don't think we've actually talked with you, Joe, on the show. Are you in fantasy football this year?
Yeah, no, I was, and I have 2.5 teams.
2.5.
I say half because in one of my leagues that I was playing in, we started the draft. The draft got we were 4 rounds into the draft, and the draft was paused.
What?
And yeah, oh no, it gets worse. The draft was paused, and then it was ended, and we did the draft over the following week because the commissioner of that league forgot to add 2 people into the draft that had paid to be in the league, but they had not signed up yet.
Oh, no.
Now, I normally, looking back on it, the players that I had selected, I was a lot angrier about when we made the draft than probably what I should be today. Because if you go back a month when this draft took place, my first pick was Derrick Henry.
Oh, boy.
My second pick was Patrick Mahomes. and my third pick was Keenan Allen.
Ooh.
I hadn't gotten to my fourth pick before the thing was dropped, but we were in the fourth round. So at the time, I was pissed because I was so fired up about how great my team was looking with Derrick Henry and Mahomes and Keenan Allen. Now it might have been a blessing because Mahomes is doing great, but Keenan Allen, he didn't play last week. Derrick Henry, I mean, he's there. He's getting a yard or two here and there, but he still hasn't done what we think he's going to do and what he could potentially do the rest of the season. So it may have been a blessing in disguise. But, yes, I am playing fantasy football.
I will say I have the strategy to where if I just do decent in a league from the year before, I'll kind of draft the same players. I'll just kind of play it like franchise mode, like I would in Madden. Because Lamar Jackson, I've essentially put the franchise tag on him for my team because I've had him for the last 4 years.
Oh, my God.
Look,
I mean, it has never been bad.
Lamar Jackson's is great. No, look, and that's what I did with one of my leagues, where I have Lamar Jackson, but he was actually like my third pick. And so I have a league that I'm playing in that is very in-depth. And when I say in-depth, I mean you have your normal players that you have in a fantasy league. You also have a flex player, which is, a skill player that's not the quarterback. You also have an offensive player, which means any player, so that we draft two quarterbacks.
So basically like a super flex then.
Oh, yeah, and we have 6 defensive players in this one as well.
Yeesh.
So, exactly. By the way, I drafted Minkah Fitzpatrick, and he almost single-handedly has won me the last 2 weeks because of everything that he did for the Steelers last 2 weeks.
Oh.
The Lamar Jackson idea is great. And obviously we're 3 weeks into the season now, so people shouldn't be having drafts. But if you are, normally what you want to draft is you want to have a running back in your first pick if you're getting a running back that is going to get majority of the touches. See, that's whenever I draft, I look for the players that are going to get the most touches. That's all I'm about. Because if you're getting the most targets and the most touches, you're most likely going to be getting the most carries as well as the most receptions, and you're going to be getting me fantasy points. So that's the reason why whenever you're trying to get a player like that, you go for a running back that is going to get those touches. So your Derrick Henrys, your Saquon Barkleys, your Cam Akers, like those types of players are what you're going to look for. Your Dalvin Cook. Those are the guys you go for if you have that ability to in the first round.
Joe Hunk, 104.5 The Zone up in Nashville, Titans Radio, Strike Zone Podcast, Gamer Zone Podcast, on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline with us. And Joe, I'm going to be saving the college team for last, but let's go with the pro team, the Tennessee Titans. Buffalo's going to do a lot of that to a lot of teams. So I think Titans fans are overreacting big time, and I know you're probably hearing the brunt of it big time, being the Titans flagship station up there at 104.5 The Zone. But honestly, I'm more concerned with week 1 than I was week 2 and the way that they're going to bounce back here. I mean, we've got 0-2 Tennessee against 0-2 Vegas. The Raiders haven't been lighting things up. They've been very disappointing as well. A lot of people consider them a dark horse NFC or AFC West winner because of the way the betting odds were. What does the Titans have to change right here to pull out a dub over the Raiders this weekend?
Hey, the popular answer is going to be offensive coordinator. That's going to be the popular answer. Okay, that's going to be it with Todd Downing. All right, the real answer is you've got to have players on that offensive line step up. Okay, that's what you've got to do. The problem is that I know that he's been on the injury report the last couple of days. I know that he's getting second and third and probably fourth and fifth opinions. But Taylor Lewan is most likely done for the season. Now, that's going to be another major issue because your potential future left tackle is actually your starting right tackle right now.
Oh, boy.
And MPF, Nicholas Petit-Frere. So they put Daly in, Dennis Daly, who they literally had just signed like maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. They put him at the left tackle position once Lawan went down, which I think it was like the second play of the game. So there's your part of your issue. Now, what's going to be interesting going against the Raiders is what the offensive line is going to look like, because there's a thought. It may be a rumor. It may not be accurate. It may be something that we're just kind of hoping will happen. There's a thought that the Titans could move MPF over to left tackle and go ahead and get him going at that position, because Taylor Lewan, as much as I love the man as a person, as much as I love what he does with bussing with the boys, as great of a leader as he is in the locker room, we all knew. So if you can go ahead and start working with MPF and get him over on the left side, then you may go ahead and do so. That would also mean that Dylan Radins comes back as your right tackle, unless they put Daly at the right tackle position. That's the biggest issue. No matter, look, it's not something that is going to be fixed today. It's not something that's going to be fixed next week. This is a weird way, and I heard it described earlier, and I've never thought of it this way, is that it's almost like the Tennessee Titans are rebuilding, and they didn't tell anybody. Because you do let A.J. Brown go, and yes, for the long term, it was smarter. For the short term, probably not so much, because A.J. Brown is still a premier wide receiver when he's healthy, and we've seen that with Philadelphia so far this season. But the problem is Traylon Burks is still needing to grow. Kyle Phillips is still needing to grow. MPF is your starting right tackle, but maybe your left tackle on Sunday. The other problem that you're potentially seeing is Caleb Farley, who was your number one pick last year. This is truly his first season, and he's just now getting going. You have a lot of young talent. Look, this roster is made up of almost 26% of players that were not on this roster when they played the Bengals in the postseason. That is crazy to think that 26% of this roster was not here last year. This isn't college football. This is the NFL, where you can keep players for a long period of time, and 26% of this roster was not here last year. The problem also is that people want to place the blame on Ryan Tannehill, where he's actually nowhere close to any of the issues right now. Your biggest issue is the offensive line. Your second biggest issue is you don't have any players that can stretch the field, which is the reason why Derrick Henry's not getting any holes to run through. The next issue that you're finding out is that because you don't have Harold Landry, you also don't have as good of a pass rush as you did last year, which is another one of the issues that the Titans could be seeing on Sunday, because the Raiders are a pass-happy offense that if you can get pressure on Derek Carr, he's going to throw some mistakes. He's done it against the Chargers. He did it against the Cardinals. The problem is I don't think that he's going to be able to do it against the Titans, because I don't think the Titans are going to get the pressure on him the way the Cardinals and the Chargers did.
That's just baffling to believe there, Joe. I can't. That is just, it's amazing what the Tennessee Titans have been having to go through, not even just this year, but that whole time last year. What was it, 91 total players that the Titans had last year on the roster?
Yeah, it was 91. It was the most in NFL history that the Titans did, which is the reason why Mike Vrabel won Coach of the Year, because even not just making the playoffs was amazing, but actually making it as the number one seed was just unthinkable at one point in time, especially when Derrick Henry went down. The thing that most Titans fans, especially the ones that are listening right now, need to think about is this division is horrific.
Yep.
As bad as the Titans are playing, they're still not the worst team. The Colts are horrific. You're about to play them
God,
twice.
don't give me.
Oh, yeah. The Colts are bad. And the fact is that the Titans still have them coming up, and about 2 times over the course of the next month. You still have to play the Jags twice, and the Texans are horrible. Sadly, out of all of those, the Jags are the best team, which is crazy to think about, but they're actually the best team in the division right now, not just because of their record, but because they look like they have the best team on paper as we speak, because Walker, the interception this year, played tremendous against Washington too. Like, they are looking very smart under Doug Peterson right now, and that could be the favorite in the division because also, like Caleb Farley, Travis Etienne is coming off an ACL injury, and this is his first season really in the NFL. So you've got the best thing about the Titans is you may not have to win 10 games to make it into the playoffs. You just got to make sure you have the most in the division, which seriously could be 9.
Joe Hunk of 104.5 The Zone up in Nashville with us right here on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline. Joe, final question. I've got to make this the last one because battered ball syndrome has taken a hit on me, and this week I am just on edge. I've been on edge all week, even since that line dropped at double digits, and I'm just like, oh, my God. Oh, if Tennessee loses tomorrow, somebody needs to put me in a psych ward because it's going to be insane, but I don't think it's going to happen. What are your thoughts for Vols in Florida coming up? Game day is going to be there. This feels like Florida, Tennessee of our youth back yet again.
No, it does, and I think the best part about it is that there's more reasons why this rivalry is so good and why it's going to be so much fun. And look, I'm not just talking about this from the fact that it's Tennessee, Florida, because you think Tennessee, Florida is hype right now. Think about in a few weeks if Tennessee wins this game, how hype Tennessee, Alabama is going to be. Okay, I'm just letting you know. Okay, that place is going to be a madhouse for Tennessee, Alabama if Tennessee wins tomorrow. Okay, so I think that's the part about it that is really exciting. Is not just the fact that the teams are good, but we were talking to Matt Miller yesterday from ESPN, and he said the best part about this is that if you're a draft analyst, this is the game that you're watching this weekend because of how much talent is on the field that is going to be in the 2023 draft. Because you have so many talented players that are going to be coming out after this season from both teams, not just Tennessee, not just Florida, from both teams. And so I think that with that, that's why this is good. Because, look, it's not just that Alabama's good. It's just that whenever you're watching them, there's also 32 other teams that are going, hey, there's 15 of these guys that we're going to draft this year. So, like, that's the reason why you start paying attention to a game like this. That's why Alabama LSU historically has been so good, was because of the talent that's on the field, not just the records. Look, Cincinnati was undefeated going into the playoff, but we all knew they sucked and that Alabama was going to kill them because they didn't have anything other than, like, 2 players that were draftable. Mm-hmm. So that's why this is such a big deal. Now, Cedric Tillman, is he going to play? Is he not going to play? All that. Look, I think that with Cedric Tillman, this is going to be an easy win for Tennessee because of what I said earlier and the fact that Anthony Richardson is not a good quarterback right now. He's an amazing athlete. He could develop into a great quarterback, but right now the fact that he cannot throw the football well is going to be a major issue for the Florida Gators in this game because, yes, it's not an exaggeration. Tennessee can score in 13 seconds, get a turnover, and score in 14 seconds. And next thing you know, you're not even a minute into the game and you're down 14 points. That can happen.
Yep.
And so that's where this issue really lies, is that Jabari Smith, when he comes in, so far he's been practicing this week. Obviously with college, it's different than what it is in the NFL. I really wish college could put out injury reports so we can get an idea of what's going on. But I think that with Jabari Smith and Hendon Hooker, and if Cedric Tillman is healthy, this offense is going to be legit. And I haven't even mentioned the fact of what Brew McCoy has become over the last 2 weeks in this offense. Oh. This is a very good offense, and I am not exaggerating when I am telling Alabama fans right now that this game is going to be more intense and closer than what Alabama-Texas was just a few days ago, a few weeks ago, because of the crap that Tennessee has went through. Tennessee has a legit shot to beat Alabama this year, and I'm not exaggerating.
Joe, that's a beautiful thing to hear, but we're running out of time right here, as we always do with you and on this Funds Fridays, but we'll be talking to you again next week, and and hopefully I won't be in the loony bin. But, Joe, much appreciate the time, sir, and let the people know where they can reach out to you on social and catch your podcast.
Yeah, you can follow me at Joe Hunk across all platforms, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all of that. You can cuss me out because what we call the baby Tennessee Titans are 0-3 inside the gamer zone, which you can't be too mad at me. The real Titans are 0-2. So if they go 0-3, I'm not really doing anything wrong.
No.
But you can watch that every single Wednesday night at 9 o'clock. You've got I haven't even told you about this. The Strike Zone next week, 7 o'clock, Thursday night, I am going to have the director of Bull Durham, Ron Shelton, on with me to talk about his new book and the movie that just came out.
Oh, man, I can't wait to hear some backstage stories on that one. But, Joe, much appreciate the time, sir, and we'll talk again next week.
All right, guys, have a good one.
All right, thanks, Joe.
Thank you,
Joe
Joe.
Hunk of 104.5 The Zone up in Nashville. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We're going to pay some bills, and when we get back, we're going to preview the second hour of the Afternoon Blitz. You're listening to the Afternoon Blitz.
The Blitz has been called.
Are you tired of chasing a roofing contractor to show up on time, or even show up at all? I'm Sam Fleming with Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Our motto at Fleming Roofing is we show up. Our goal at Fleming Roofing is to provide the reliable customer service that you deserve, and we have the resources to meet all of your roofing needs: residential, commercial, industrial, replacement, or repairs. We are manufacturer certified for roof coatings, single-ply membranes, and asphalt shingles. Whenever you need a roofing professional you can count on, call Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We are committed to finding the solution that meets your needs. We don't have quotas or heavy-handed sales tactics. Fleming Roofing. We have expert experience. We show up. Free estimates. Residential, commercial, industrial, replacement, or repairs. Check us out at FlemingHSV.com. FlemingHSV.com. When you need a quick response, it's Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
Tom Luganbill here for my friends at Woody Anderson Ford. Bobby White and his team take great pride in their service department, and you can see it the moment you walk into those beautiful new service lanes. And just like a championship team, they all work together to make sure your experience is second to none, whether you drive a Ford or not. Also, check out the gold certified pre-owned inventory at Woody Anderson Ford for great deals every day. Stop by and see them at Jordan and Sparkman or at Woody Anderson of Madison on Hughes Road, or visit WoodyAndersonFord.com.
And welcome back in to the Afternoon Blitz. Final segment of Hour 1 that is presented to you thanks to Fleming Roofing and Restoration, the sponsor of Hour 1. You know they show up, right, Bandi?
They do show up.
They do show up. But honestly, seriously, they do a fantastic job with roofs. And main thing with insurance adjustments is that insurance will cover your roof for only a certain amount of time. You need to get with them because they are great with working with insurance adjusters. So that is one thing that they do better than most others. So, but now that makes it to hour number 2 as the music hits. And we start off hour number 2 with the play-by-play with the Bandi Man, which I bet he's probably feeling good about doing that again. And we got a hell of a fun Friday list from Bandi that he's going to be putting out. Then we're going to do what's cool, because it is getting a little hot in here. And the more and more I get into this Ime Udoka story, I'm starting to piece some things together that makes a whole lot more sense now. But also, we're gonna have fun. We're let loose. We're gonna have a nice Friday. And Bandi, you're going to kick us off for the next hour. You're listening to the Afternoon Blitz.
This is Wes Neighbors with Philip with Eagle Insulation, and we have an announcement to make.
Yes, Wes, we are now Eagle Masonry and Insulation. Still a place to call for your installation needs, but now we offer masonry services.
What kind of masonry projects can you handle?
Wes, no job is too big, no job is too small. We can do renovations, new construction, outdoor fireplaces, fire pits, brick landscape borders.
Well, when you came out to my house, you did both the insulation and masonry at the same time. You guys did rock for me, you did brick for me, and you insulated my house. That's usually done at the same time that you're building a house.
Absolutely. It really capitalizes on two services you need at the same time, and you can get one company to handle both of those.
fill up with legal insulation, will come out, do your installation. He'll do your masonry. They do a great job. They guarantee your work. Check out more online at insulatedwitheagle.com and schedule your free examination today. 256.
This hour of the Blitz is brought to you by Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Online at FlemingHSV.com. Welcome to the evolution of sports radio.
You see, in this industry, just like in life, everything evolves.
Call 256-576-4977 to make your audible for the Blitz.
That man is playing Galaga. Thought we wouldn't notice, but we did.
It's the Afternoon Blitz. Here are your hosts, Smokey, Captain Cool, and the Bandi Man.
And welcome back, everyone, to the Afternoon Blitz here on the Tennessee Valley Blitz Sports Network. I'm your host, the Bandi Man, a.k.a. Bailey Lowry. Sadly, not joined on my right today by Captain Cool. But he's off at the wedding in Nashville and enjoying his time with the family and hope for a safe return on Monday. But keeping us on the air behind the glass, Smokey Mike Honcho.
Yeah. Oh, what a day.
I feel like you just needed to get that out.
It's just building. It really is. Battered Vol syndrome is real. It really is real, and I've been through so much hell that I don't know what to do with myself for when tomorrow hits. Like, seriously, it's going to be bad.
I mean, it might not be bad. I mean,
I didn't say it was going to be bad for Tennessee. I just don't know what to do with myself. Now, if the improbable does happen and Florida does win, I will need to be in a mental institution, to be honest with you. That's how bad it is.
I'll be praying for you over the weekend.
But man, where can people call in and and give us an audible to this Afternoon Blitz right here?
You know what? They can call in at 256-576-4977. And if you want to follow us on Twitter, you can do so at the Blitz_sports, Facebook at the Blitz Sports Radio, and you can follow me personally at B Lowry 2016, Captain Cool over there at CPT Cool 420.
Where?
Over in Nashville.
Over in Nashville.
I just pointed to the mile. Yeah, he's somewhere.
You know, Nashville. I understand why there's the appeal for Nashville, but there's so much bachelorette parties.
Oh my gosh, constantly.
That's what they're going to have to deal with. And the wedding is tonight, not tomorrow. The wedding is tonight. Like a Friday night wedding, and you're going to be on Broadway. Oh.
Hey, I will admit, at least we're not doing it on Saturday. So we'll be able to watch college football.
But it will be Saturday next year when the wedding anniversary hits.
Yeah, that won't be too fun.
Nah.
Man, but we got some good news in the world of video games and esports. And in my list, Steam just released an updated most played and top sellers list on their platform so we can see what games are being played the most and what games are being bought the most. That's all coming up here on ePlay-by-Play.
Time to catch up on esports with ePlay-by-Play with the Bandi Man.
All right, so I'm going to start with a little bit of a funny story off here. So, do you know the game Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, Smokey?
Third Strike?
Third Strike.
I do not know Third Strike, but I do know Street Fighter 3.
Ooh. It was the third port of that game and the most popular one that was played competitively. And now you can actually play it online with rollback netcode. Now, a lot of former pro players of Third Strike have been hopping on that and streaming it. And one of those players, Justin Wong, he hit a famous fighting game moment parry called Evo Moment 37.
Oh.
He parried an entire super and then won grand finals. Actually, no, that wasn't even grand finals. That was losers finals.
Loser.
But probably the hypest moment in fighting game history. But people have made it their mission now that whenever Justin Wong supers online against them, just out of nowhere, players and online demons of this game have made it their mission to parry every single super he does.
Oh my.
Just out of revenge. And he got hit with one of those clips over the weekend. Buy a low tier character. Hugo. An Andre the Giant character. No, if you look up Hugo from Third Strike, it is 1-for-1 Andre the Giant. And
I'm looking at the I'm looking at the Wikipedia of Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, and I'm already baffled that the original Street Fighter 3 did not have Chun-Li in it.
yeah,
Why?
Chun-Li wasn't added until Third Strike.
That seems why? That seems like MK taking out Kano.
Well, it's kind of the whole thing they wanted to do was like the new generation of fighters coming from the World Warriors of Street Fighter 2. So we're going to introduce a lot of brand new characters, kind of like how Mortal Kombat did with Mortal Kombat X not too long ago.
Well, I see this was also released in 99, which honestly with me, my 1999 was a whole lot of, in the gaming world, N64 related.
Hey, Super Mario 64?
Well, let's see. Super Mario came out, in 96? So Zelda Ocarina of Time was also, Smash was going on during that time, too.
Oh, I remember that first commercial.
That, I gotta say, that Super Smash Brothers for the OG one for the N64 was fantastic. Probably my favorite Smash to play, to be honest with you.
Do you want to know something fun about it? It is completely broken.
How you say that?
Because it has the longest amount of hits done in any Smash game.
Oh my.
So what that means, pro players play it with 5 stocks on because that's how fast you get killed in that game. They play it with 5 stocks, the most out of any Smash game ever. Because that's how fast you get killed.
Oh.
And it's Kirby and Pikachu.
Oh, of course it's Pikachu. I was actually a big Jigglypuff one for Smash. I like what Jigglypuff was doing, and then Samus too.
Ooh, I was always a Captain Falcon player.
Oh, Captain Falcon, big,
Oh.
good old Star Fox, man.
Man, you want to talk about Captain Falcon though? I could talk about Captain Falcon from Melee, the GameCube one, all day.
You know, that's another brand I would like to see back. Give me some more Star Fox. Like, I don't see much Star Fox lately.
I know they've had a couple releases like on the Switch and the Wii U. Was their last game on the Wii U? It was like a updated original Star Fox, but I don't think it performed that well. But
it just baffles me that like Star Fox 64, like with the N64, you had the perfect basis of games with Super Mario 64, with Zelda, Ocarina of Time. Then you also had Star Fox 64. What was it? Wave Race.
Wave Race, yes.
You remember Wave Race?
I do.
That was one of the OG N64 games, which I freaking loved. I was about to cuss on air, but it just, the one thing that really started happening was GameCube. I did GameCube for a little bit. Just really didn't appeal to me compared to the Xbox and the PlayStation. And you know what really did me in, that started really straying me away from not even worrying about Nintendo?
What's that?
Guitar Hero.
Yes.
So Guitar Hero was just so much better to play on the Xbox, in my opinion. And yeah, once Guitar Hero hit set, I was in like Guitar Hero mode for a good 3 years. And you could slash Guitar Hero with Rock Band too.
Oh,
like both of those, I was highly invested in those games back in the day.
I remember in my prime, Guitar Hero 3. I actually did. When I was younger, I could actually beat Through the Fire and the Flames on Expert. That's how much I played that game.
Yeah.
But there's no way in heck I could do it now.
Neither could I.
There's no way.
Actually, funny thing was when I took that day off about a month ago. Was it a month ago, or it might have been a few weeks ago? I don't remember. Days are running on. But went down and visited the in-laws because mother-in-law was on my wife's case to see me and be like, oh, make sure I need to cook for him and do this. And it's like, good God almighty. Anyway, so I go down to the game room as I'm getting the tour of my sister-in-law's like uncle's lake house down at Lake Tuscaloosa, and there was a PlayStation 2 and Guitar Hero, the OG Guitar Hero right there, and I was like, oh. So I pick up a guitar, I put in the game, and the guitar does not work.
Oh no!
Talk about the biggest letdown. That sucked.
Oh, I'm so sorry. That hurts.
It is what it is, but
Hey, you know what? We got a new character, though, coming to Multiverses.
well, multiverses. I still need to get into multiverses.
You do?
Well, one of the things that I did get into, I started playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey once it dropped on Game Pass, and I gave a little bit of a review with Captain Cool a few days ago of what I first thought about Odyssey. Have you played any Assassin's Creed Odyssey, or when was the last Assassin's Creed that you played?
The last one I played was Assassin's Creed 2.
My last one was 3. And after, I wanted to play Black Flag so badly, but I had so much going on in my life at that time because my kids were toddlers at the time. When you got toddler twins, you really don't have much time for anything else when you're a single parent. So I wanted to get into Black Flag so bad, but it just never happened because pirates. I love the whole pirate atmosphere.
Yeah, I've heard really good things about it too, and I just haven't had a chance to play it.
And so it was just like I wasn't able to play it. Then I just fell by the wayside because I didn't like 3 very much so. Like, I love American Revolution history.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the way that they did it was no bueno. But getting into Odyssey, the first thing they do is they start taking you on tours of, and this is where you get a little bit of extra bonus, like, you know, your bonus packs and then like extra skins and all this other stuff. So you get achievements while you're doing these tours.
Ooh.
It's all Greek mythology so far.
Oh, I love that.
I love Greek mythology, and the way they are, like the way they've done the world in ancient Greece just looks absolutely amazing and very well done, and the controls seem to be very much easier than what I had to do with Assassin's Creed 3.
Now it seems like too, because with the new Assassin's Creed games that got announced, the new one's gonna be taking place in Baghdad, which is gonna be really cool.
Baghdad,
like Prince of Persia style. It looks really cool.
So we're going to like the Babylon days.
But it seems like the main character is one from Odyssey. I think that's what they were saying. That's going to be a continuation from Odyssey. So I think that's a good reason they put it on Game Pass.
Beautiful.
Which, good looks. Good looks, Assassin's Creed. Keep doing good.
Yes. Bandi, what else you got for the play-by-play?
Well, as I was going to say, the new character coming to Multiverses is Rick from Rick and Morty.
Oh, my. Yes. Captain Cool would be so happy right now. But, yeah, we'll get his reaction on Monday. But that is... So we've got both Rick and Morty in Multiverses now, right?
Right. And now what was actually cool was Rick was one of the first characters that was leaked / kind of data mined from Multiverses, and that his moveset was there and that he kind of had like the basic stuff, but you could tell it wasn't really quite finished. But he's now become, I believe, like the 4th DLC character.
Nice.
So 3 characters have gone ahead of him, including one from his own franchise. So... But what's going to be great is that I think they haven't revealed his kit yet, but kind of from the leaks, it looks like he was going to be a mage-style character utilizing portals, Mr. Meeseeks boxes, and just kind of overall being a troll, which is what Rick does.
Exactly.
He makes you mad to the point where you just kind of end up making mistakes and falling to your doom.
You know what I would love? Like, they still got Morty in there, right?
Right.
So... They do the 2v2 action. I want some tag team tandem striking action with them too.
Oh.
I want a finisher. I want a finisher with Rick and Morty. That's what I want.
Like some kind of special move that if you're using the duo together, they can only do.
Damn right.
That would be so cool.
Yes. Because, I mean, if I'm looking at it too, you got Finn and Jake. That's another duo that you could do that.
Yeah, I'm surprised they actually didn't do anything with them either.
Gizmo and Stripe, another,
yeah.
And then I mean you got the Looney. Like you can still do the DC universe since you got three out of the Justice League and Bats, Soups, and Wonder Woman.
Yeah, I mean probably Superman, Wonder Woman would make the most sense, or you could have like Batman and Superman be like a rivalry,
and then
fight.
Last but not least, I mean you got Shaggy and Velma.
Yeah,
from Scooby Doo. So why don't we have tandem finishers?
Now, I don't think they have like special finishers, just kind of like the way the game works. I mean, it's already crazy enough. But what is kind of cool, they did put a lot of effort into references and like giving a lot of fan service to the players. So you'll get like special, unique dialogue between characters, like in intros. Like I had Shaggy smack talk Batman after he was killed.
After Shaggy was killed?
Yeah.
Or after Bats was killed?
No, after Shaggy was doomed, after Shaggy was killed, he comes back. He's like, "You're not gonna get away with that, man."
Zoinks!
He's like, "I'm coming for your bats."
You know, I've really got an honest question on here because as I'm going through the whole list now and I see Arya Stark in there, why don't we have more Game of Thrones, more Targaryens, or more Starks in this one? Because that is actually a universe, especially with House of the Dragon come out, that I think has so much untapped potential.
Okay, that's actually great because I just saw an email come across for a mobile game notification for the Game of Thrones game. But I mean, you're right though. With Game of Thrones and House of Dragon coming out, we could certainly put in a Targaryen character, or even go back if you want to kind of connect it to Arya. You could even put Jon Snow in there.
Exactly.
What did they put? Ned Stark.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be a great addition.
Now, I gotta say, my Game of Thrones watching has only been the last season.
Okay, so you don't know who Ned Stark is?
I do know Ned because
you do?
the wife is a majorly huge Game of Thrones fan, and we will not watch House of the Dragon, even though I have encouraged her to be like, yeah, let's watch House of the Dragon. We've got HBO Max. Thanks to Steve Moulton. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We've got HBO Max. We can go through it. And she's like, I am not watching it with you until you watch all of Game of Thrones. And I'm like,
oh.
Are you kidding me?
It's like, are you at least going to watch it with me?
There's the other one. Let's see. There's another one, too, that, Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
The one that's coming out on Prime. She will, because I've only literally watched 15 minutes of Lord of the Rings. That's the amount of time I have spent watching Lord of the Rings, any one of the 5 movies, but I can recite to you, one ring will rule them all.
Yes. Okay. Funny story, on the plane back from Montana, I downloaded the Fellowship of the Ring onto my phone so I could watch it on the plane. I watched about 10, 15 minutes of it before, when Gandalf got to the Hobbit village, and then I just turned on Dragon Ball Super Broly.
But, yeah, this is the one thing I know from Lord of the Rings. One ring to rule them all, but one ring to find them, and in darkness bind them.
I know the "You Shall Not Pass" scene. That's just iconic.
Jason Segel and forgetting Sarah Marshall doing that one is probably my favorite depiction of it.
I know
that is such an underrated movie.
Yes, I think I still got it at DVD on my house.
DVD.
I think I still have it.
What the hell is DVD? That's gonna be kids in 10 years. What is DVD? Are you kidding? That's where you're gonna be feeling old. Is when kids are gonna be like, "What are DVDs?" That's gonna be the situation that makes you feel old.
You're telling me back in your day, headphones weren't wireless?
Oh my God.
Okay. Oh wait, little bit of breaking news. On the evening of Thursday, September 22nd, 2022,
last night,
the City of London police arrested a 17-year-old in Oxfordshire on suspicion of hacking as part of an investigation supported by the NCA UK's National Cybercrime Unit, and this is related to the Rockstar leaks.
Oh my.
They may have just found the leaker.
They found the leaker.
And he was in London. A 17-year-old in London decided to hack Rockstar and leak GTA 6 and decided to go after Uber.
Everybody was too busy with the Queen that they didn't see this 17-year-old right under their noses.
Yep. The police have been investigating the group known as Lapsus with a money sign on the end, which Uber said was responsible for the cyber attack earlier this month. The hacker that leaked GTA 6 used the alias Teapot Uber Hacker.
Teapot Uber Hacker. Hell of a name.
Okay, then. All right. I don't know why they didn't go after this guy sooner.
It's all about the name. Really.
Hey, I'm just glad, though, at the end of the day, GTA 6 is not getting delayed because of this.
That is a good thing.
I'm glad they went out and said that, we're still continuing with it. It's going on schedule. Don't worry about it. And we're like, all right, you know what? We trust you. You gave us Red Dead 2 and GTA 4. We trust you.
What else you got for us, Bandi?
Well, just a quick list now. I'm going to run it through. Steam updated their top sellers and most played list. So I'm going to run through the top 5 games on each. So the top sellers, basically the one being bought the most Number 5, does this even count? Destiny 2. I mean, I guess so because it's probably also counting downloads, but it's free to play.
Yeah, that's kind of odd.
That seems like a catch.
Catch is the exact right thing, terminology for that.
But you know what? I'll allow it as long as we don't see another one.
Right.
Number 4, Cyberpunk 2077. I mean, I'm not surprised with the show coming out. It just got the Edge Runners update that puts new stuff into the game, so a lot more players are coming back. I'm probably gonna try it myself.
Now, the Steam version. Let me ask. If I remember correctly, Keanu was only exclusive for one console, right?
No, he's in the game like.
Oh,
yeah, like
so
he's a character.
He's not a console exclusive character or anything like that.
Oh no, he's an integral part of the story.
I thought he was an Xbox exclusive character. My bad. I apologize for that. But yeah, also the influence of Mr. John Wick, Neo, Bill, whatever you want to call him.
You're beautiful. I need that soundbite.
Bill S. Preston Esquire. Whoa.
All right.
Wait, no, it's freaking A.
All right,
how did I get Bill and Ted mixed up? I'm dumb.
Bill and Ted. Oh my gosh.
I said Bill when he was Ted. Alex Winter's Bill. How dumb am I right now? Anyway, continue.
Number 3. There's another one. Apex Legends.
Oh.
Another free-to-play game.
Yeah.
You know what? All right. Cool. Number 2, Slime Rancher 2.
Slime Ranger.
Slime Rancher 2. I've never played this, but it seems like you ranch cute little slime, so I guess it's just a popular, cute game that's kind of cheap. I mean, it's $30, so I mean, if you got the money to spare, I mean, maybe give it a shot.
Well, I will say Rocket League was only $20, and that was the reason why I spent on that, and I still play it to this day. But just to swing back a little bit to Apex, because I saw something on Twitter earlier today that kind of got me a little confused, and I wanted your opinion on this one, even though we're all not really big into Apex. Well, I mean, I am, but I haven't played it in freaking forever. Just because I need to find a good external hard drive. That's what I really need to do. I need more space.
Yes. I would highly recommend a 1 terabyte SSD.
You and I, we're going to discuss that after the show.
Yes.
But this whole Nessie, the Loch Ness Monster crap that Apex is doing right now, what is your thinking of this? Because I'm looking at this and it's just like, all right, yeah, we're going to appeal straight to the children.
Okay, I actually have not seen this. So, hold on, Nessies are plushies resembling the Loch Ness Monster? Ooh. Oh, wait, these are from Titanfall. These little plush things?
I guess.
Yeah, it's a little Titanfall Easter egg. All right, they brought those back. No, it's cute. I like that.
I haven't played Titanfall, so I guess that's my fault. But, yeah, Nessie, the name of the Loch Ness Monster.
Yeah, looks like they're scattered around Kings Canyon, left to be there by Watson.
Oh.
I don't know who that is.
No, Watson's the one with the electric fence.
The electric fence?
Yeah.
Oh.
You know that she's it's almost like an Australian accent that she's got going on, I believe. But she's the blonde that one of her big finishes is creating an electric fence to or also like notify people if they come into the fence or anything like that is her whole thing. But it's so bad because you look at it and you see the fence. It's perfectly wide open. Anybody who uses the fence, you can literally see it from 200 yards away.
Yeah.
So why would you even think about going in there? Because somebody is going to know that you're there. Then the point of the game is to live.
Yeah, true. But I mean, it can also be good as used as a good lockdown tool. Kind of like, hey, the ring's coming in. You have to come through here. Get through this fence. Have fun.
Yeah, exactly.
But number 1 on the top sellers list, Modern Warfare 2, the new one.
Really?
The pre-purchase for the new Modern Warfare 2 is the number 1 seller on Steam right now by revenue.
Well, by revenue, that doesn't surprise me because the price tag is probably sitting at, $69.99 if I remember correctly?
Indeed. And now that makes a lot more sense for Destiny 2 and Apex because, microtransactions.
Yes, all about the microtransactions for them right there.
Now, real quick, I'm going to run through the top 5 most played because I know we got to get to a break. But these are all free-to-play games. Shocker. Actually, Counter-Strike surprises me. Okay, number 5, Lost Ark. Never played it.
Never even heard of it, to be honest with you.
I don't know. Logo looks cool. Number 4, PUBG.
I know PUBG.
Number 3, Apex.
Yeah.
Number 2, Dota 2.
Interesting.
And the most played game, I mean, what a shocker. Number 1, Counter-Strike Global Offensive. It's always going to be the number 1 most played game on Steam. Until they decide to shut everything down, it will always be number 1 because 776,000 people are playing right now.
Oy.
The peak today was 997,000. Yeah.
Damn near a million.
The current count for Counter-Strike is higher than the peak today for Dota 2.
Damn.
By almost 40,000 people.
That is absolutely amazing. You know, one thing that really does surprise me, and this is a game that I do not play, but of course I've got 13-year-old twins, so they are good about doing free-to-plays, and that actually gets them very entertained because that's what they could do with their friends, and it doesn't really cost that much money, maybe $7-8 for a battle pass each season, all that wonderful jazz. But Fortnite. Yeah, I mean, the only reason it's not on here, because it would certainly be near the top of one of the most played lists, is because it's not through Steam. It's through Epic. It's through Epic Games on PC, like the Epic Games launcher. So that's a whole separate statistic. I see. So that's the reason why Fortnite didn't even get a part of that. Yeah, we can actually wait. Can we sort it? Ooh, we can sort it by daily players. Yeah, there we go. Oh, Counter-Strike's still number 1. But hey, Wallpaper Engine broke into number 4. Oh my God. I didn't even know that was a game. Neither did I. All right, but we got to take a quick break, though. When we get back, we're going to talk about what's cool. With not Captain Cool. Sadly. You're listening to the Afternoon Blitz.
I'm a firefighter.
A teacher.
I'm a farmer. I'm a barber.
A waitress. A mom. We're all part of your community. Every day we move in and out of each other's busy lives.
It's easy to take for granted all the little moments that make up our everyday.
Some are good, others not so much.
But that's life. It's when you experience a moment of uncertainty. Something or someone's behavior that doesn't seem quite right.
These are the moments to take a pause.
Because if something doesn't feel right, it's probably not.
It's not about paranoia
or being afraid.
It's about standing up and protecting our communities.
One detail at a time.
Because a lot of little details can become a pattern.
We
trust our instincts.
Just like you should.
Because only you know what's not supposed to be in your everyday.
So protect your everyday.
If you see something suspicious, say something to local authorities.
Are you in the market for a recreational vehicle? Do you want to get out and see more of this beautiful country? Well, imagine hearing the laughter of your little ones enjoying gooey s'mores by a cozy campfire and making lasting memories with your friends and family from the comfort of a new camper. We can make your dreams come true at Hall's RV. With over 15 years in the camping business, we know how to get our customers into the perfect camper. We have several models and floor plans here for you to choose from, both new and used. We're family owned and operated with fantastic deals and great service. Everyone wants to work with people they can trust, so come on down to Hall's RV and get the deal of a lifetime. We'll treat you right and get you on the road in the camper of your dreams. Visit us on Highway 431 in Albertville. Hall's RVs, where we sell fun. Or see us on the web at www.hallsrvsales.com.
Bailey Custom Boats. We knew our boats were special when we would stop at any outdoor store to stock up on supplies for a boat trip, only to come back out to the parking lot and see people standing on and around our boat and a confused sales rep telling them it's not for sale and they don't even have that type of boat. Fast forward a few years, and now you can buy your very own one-of-a-kind Bailey Custom Boat. We hand-cut our wood from cypress we pull from the river in Mississippi. There's a lifetime warranty on the bill, faster and more maneuverable like a ski boat, and better fuel mileage than any pontoon on the market. With 350 horsepower, a Bailey Custom Boat will go 0 to 60 in about 6 seconds. And our custom boats are Coast Guard approved for offshore and virtually unsinkable. We'll be showcasing our custom boats at different lakes over the next few weeks. Find out where at BaileyCustomBoats.com. On YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. We're taking orders now for 2023 delivery from April to May. You gotta pay to play. BaileyCustomBoats.com.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Afternoon Blitz here on the Tennessee Valley Blitz Sports Network. I am your host, the Bandi Man, Bailey Lowry, joined in the glass booth by our always reliable producer, Smokey Mike Huncho.
I'm living in a glass case of emotion. Yeah.
Sadly not joined on my right, Captain Cool out in Nashville for a wedding. But you know what? It's still a little hot in the studio. I got to do him justice. He helped out with the play-by-play while I was away in Montana. I got to give it a crack at his segment too. Now it's time for What's Cool.
It's getting hot in here.
That's a spicy meatball.
So it's time to cool down with Captain Cool.
You know what cool is? Yours, Roby.
So you know what I found, Smokey?
What did you find, Bandi?
A good old reliable Mr. Steve Moulton pointed me to a source that, you know what, that's a good place for all the recent pretty crazy stories out there.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
And you know what? We got a Kanye West story today.
Oh, not the Kanye West.
Because he claims he absolutely still has political aspirations.
Oh, I love it.
He was asked in an interview whether or not he had future political aspirations, and he said, yes, absolutely. When asked about, at the time, whether or not he wanted to go on the ballot back when he made that first announcement a couple years ago, he asked, that time wasn't in God's time. It's easier to control the people if people are not controlled by God, because then they can be controlled by how many likes they have or whatever's happening on their TikTok or how much money or the perception that people have. But we only have one audience here, and that audience is God. And he's watching us at all times. He's got my back.
God, goodness gracious almighty.
So what you think about that, Kanye going for president again?
You know, I'm all for entertainment. These nuts was able to get 9% back in 2016.
Wait, he did?
Well, it was a 9% polling in North Carolina, but I don't remember exactly what the grand total was for the election. But I know D's nuts was polling at 9% back maybe about 4 months before the election, if I remember correctly.
Oh my gosh!
You remember that one, don't you?
Yeah, I think I remember that.
Where it was Trump had like a 4-point lead on Hillary, and then D's nuts was 9. And then after that, started the D's nuts trade.
Oh my gosh!
It was a beautiful thing.
But no, I can see. I mean, Kim's already kind of went to the White House before to talk to people in office. So I mean, I could see Kanye kind of going at it again.
Just hopefully he doesn't give his opinion on George Bush again.
Oh my gosh! Well, maybe Mike Myers won't be there for it that time.
Don't put him around any Canadians.
But another one, it actually turns out that Johnny Depp is dating one of his attorneys from his UK libel case.
Surprise, surprise. Well, actually, I'm not.
Yep, they are dating, but it's not serious. But Rich is a London lawyer who was on Depp's legal team during his libel case against the Sun, which he lost in November.
Or Rich or Witch?
Rich. R-I-C-H.
So he's dating a Rich.
He's dating a Rich.
Cool.
That is a lawyer.
Hey, all right, that works.
Hey.
Whatever floats your boat.
But this is one of the people on his libel case from the Sun in 2020. That was when the whole Amber Heard stuff really started.
God. Thank God she's out of the DCU.
Yeah. I mean,
that's all I got to say.
Who was she in the DCU anyway?
She was Hera. That's what it was, I believe.
Who?
Hera. Let's see. Amber. Sorry.
Wait. So what movie was she from?
Aquaman.
Okay, I have not seen Aquaman.
Oh, really? Like, she was also in Judgment League or Justice League.
Hadn't seen that either.
Oh, man.
I mean, I'm a lot more caught up and invested in Marvel than I am the DC
Mara,
universe.
That's what it was. Not Hera. It was Mara.
Okay,
but,
yeah, that's what I got.
Yeah, Mara, who was the main female lead for Aquaman, and then she also took a part in Justice League and in Zack Snyder's Justice League. But all of the DC universe, anyway, if you're, God bless, Ezra Miller just killed me with all of this. I am ready for Black Adam to reset the DCEU.
I am too.
Continue, Bandi.
Actually, I kind of want to talk about. Did you see that whole thing with Ezra Miller and how they were actually having screenings for The Flash, and that it was actually they were saying really good things about it?
Oh, I believe it. I believe that this was going to be the one thing that was going to turn DC around. This was going to be the Avengers, the very first Marvel's The Avengers. That's what Flashpoint was going to be. But
it was going to be Flashpoint? It wasn't just going to be a Flash movie?
It was The Flash. It was going to be The Flash, but they were bringing in Flashpoint because what Michael Keaton was going to be. Michael Keaton came back being Batman.
Okay, I did not know they were going to do Flashpoint with it.
Yeah, that was the whole thing. They were going to bring Flashpoint in because they had Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck as Batman. As well, they were talking about possibly bringing in Pattinson, but I'm not fully sure on that one.
I'd be cool with it.
But yeah, they were going to do the whole Flashpoint thing with that. Michelle Pfeiffer, I believe, was set to play Selena Kyle too.
Oh man, I mean, just like a multiverse. Yeah, it's a multiverse arc for the DC because I know about the comics, and I know about the Flashpoint story a little bit. I haven't read it all the way through yet. And I need to because I remember enjoying it a lot. But, I mean, yeah, it really is just the start of the multiverse for the DC universe. That's kind of just a reset point for it all, right? Isn't that when, Earth, the new Earth kind of got started?
Pretty much. And
I think, if I'm remembering right.
And just, I'm going to bring in most of the cast as well just to give you a little bit and who they were set up as, You've got Michael Shannon, who was going to come back as General Zod from Man of Steel and Superman movies right there. Then, let's see, who else we got here? We got Ron Livingston was going to play Henry Allen. That was going to be a solid pick, in my opinion. Then you had Keenan Affleck as both Batman. Sasha Calle was supposed to come in as Supergirl, which I believe that was her role in Supergirl, the TV show.
Oh. Well, actually, I never really caught the TV show.
Neither did I, but I knew about it. So,
I did watch The Flash a little bit when it was early on in airing, because I did like the early seasons of The Flash.
Wow, Tamura Morrison's actually in this. That was surprising, but Tamura Morrison, you have no idea, do you?
Nope.
Boba Fett.
Ah.
So that's all I had to say. Boba Fett.
Boba Fett.
He's the one in the book of Boba Fett, and also did this prequel of the Star Wars movies. So he was the OG Boba Fett so he was going to play Tom Curry in the movie. DC. Let's just go away from DC because it's just going to make me angry, and I don't want to do that anymore.
All right.
Sorry.
So you know what we can go into? We can go into a little bit of a not cool thing.
What is not cool in your eyes?
So
because this wasn't cool.
so a lot of things go together, right?
Right.
Peanut butter and jelly.
Right.
Cereal and milk.
Yes.
Call of Duty and
sugar.
Cheaters.
Of course.
So Modern Warfare 2's beta has arrived on PC yesterday, and so have the hackers. It has been 1 day, guys.
Of course.
Can y'all not slow your roll for 1 day of a beta?
Oh no, not when it's Call of Duty. If it was Turbo Golf, oh yeah, we haven't had a hacking because not many people are because it's not that widespread popularity that Call of Duty has.
Yeah, it has been 1 day. How are these already being made?
Cheetah.
But I mean, if you're at the point, I don't know what to tell you. If you feel the need to cheat in a beta, I don't know, if you just want to test the limits of the game or something, see how much it can handle, see how well the anti-cheat works, just wait for the full game to release. You know why? Because everybody's going to be cheating on Warzone 2 anyway.
Exactly. Everybody will find a way. Well, not everybody, but majority of people will find a way. If you're not cheating, you're not trying.
And it does kind of stink because they have the Ricochet anti-cheat system that they implemented with Vanguard. And as a whole, I mean, it has severely reduced the amount of hackers in Warzone, but it's still a problem. I get reducing the number of problems, but if what you do initially doesn't cut down enough of the hackers, because people are still able to just sign on for free and be able to make another account with the cheats. Like, it's a free game.
Yeah.
So at this point, when do you stop banning the accounts and when do you start banning the IPs?
Ooh.
Because that's where the problem stems. If you IP ban the person cheating, especially after multiple offenses, Activision, they will not be able to sign on to Warzone from their address. Just do that to do the number, to severely cut away the number of cheaters, and that will actually dishearten people to cheat anyway. If you actually give a permanent ban to people who do this multiple times, it will disincentivize people from doing it. So just do it.
You do have a very good point there.
Yeah. I don't know why they refuse to do this. They implement their own anti-cheat, which, again, has been working pretty well, but the punishment isn't severe enough to dissuade people from cheating again. Because, again, there's just an unlock all tool that they can download where if they just hop on a fresh account, they pop a button on it and they unlock all the skins, camos, gun attachments, everything. So it's not like it even mattered in the first place.
Goodness. Well, I mean, like I said, if you're not cheating, you're not trying. And if you cheat, it's kind of like if you drink. Sometimes you do a little too much of it.
Yeah, I just want Call of Duty to be back how it was. Like, I miss the old days of running around with double models on Terminal and Modern Warfare 2, just being a bully to everybody.
You sound like an old man. You sound like, I just want to go back in my time when it was more simpler.
I literally got my hand on my hip, just like shrugging, just like, I miss it.
Did your old man ever used to do that? Are you starting to become him?
Probably. Modern Warfare 3 with a golden model with damage on it and steady aim. Oh, I miss it.
All right, so.
All right. Do you have anything to throw in?
I've got a few things to throw in. First and foremost, it looks like Chris Godwin is out this weekend, so a little bit of breaking news.
Ooh.
If you got Chris Godwin in your fantasy play, then make sure you get him out and all that.
Yep.
So I have also some news too that it looks like is swirling around the social interwebs, and it's regarding the 2023 Super Bowl halftime show. As there has been, Variety is the main one that has been putting this out and actually had put this out first and foremost of the person, singular, who is expected to perform the 2023 Super Bowl halftime show. Bandi, first and foremost, let's go into who has been some of your favorite halftime shows that you've seen previously.
Hey, last year's was honestly one of my favorites, with kind of the tribute to 90s rap.
Yes, that actually was a very solid one with M. Dre and a lot of the CPT and LBC going on right there.
Yeah, it felt like it was a good homage, and it wasn't too crazy on the spectacle, you know?
Exactly.
I'm trying to think what else. Probably the Justin Timberlake one.
The Timberlake with the Janet Jackson and the nipple?
Yeah, it was a good one. It gave us an iconic moment.
An iconic moment. Yes, you are correct there. But what about, say, like, Prince in the Rain?
Oh. See, I'm trying to think of ones I saw live.
Oh.
I have watched it, though, and oh my gosh. Yeah, it's great.
So, anyway, because my list is going to be from Rolling Stone, and it's the top 10 Super Bowl halftime shows ever.
Ooh.
But before I do that, I have to let you know who is expected to be playing in the 2023 Super Bowl halftime show this year.
And who's that?
Are you ready to shake it off?
No.
You just got to shake it off, man.
Hasn't she already performed that one?
No, Tay-Tay has not performed at the Super Bowl halftime show.
I thought she has.
No. Are you ready for some Tay-Tay?
See, it's not a bad pick. I'm just not a fan of Taylor Swift.
But you know who is a fan of Taylor Swift?
Who's that?
A lot of females.
Yes.
And that is exactly why us men are able to tolerate more of the Super Bowl because our females are more entertained with the Taylor Swift halftime show, which they will let us sit there and watch our football. So I am all in for that. My wife could do her dancing to Tay-Tay and all that stuff, Taylor Swift, and yeah, she could shake it off. I am just going to enjoy smoking a cigarette and enjoy my halftime at that time. But we'll go into the Rolling Stone top 10 if you got you got something, Bandi?
Yeah, I just actually found a really good story when you're talking about Shake It Off.
Uh-huh.
So, do you know about the LeVar Cup?
Oh, yes.
The tennis tournament?
Yes, as you're talking about Roger Federer's last match.
Yeah, so between the second set, between the first and second set of the match between Stefanos Tsitsipas and Diego Schwartzman, there was a protester who set his arm on fire.
He didn't glue himself?
No, the picture is just him cross-legged in the middle of a court, screaming in pain as he is looking at his arm on fire.
Hot fire.
So he might need to shake it off.
Well done.
Yeah, one of the players, though, Tsitsipas, said, it just came out of nowhere. I never had an incident like this happen on court. I hope he's all right.
Oh, breaking news as well. Field Yates has put out that Hunter Renfrow with the Las Vegas Raiders is out for Sunday against the Tennessee Titans.
Oh, that's a big hit for them.
Yes, so that's a little bit of advantage for the Tennessee Titans. But number 10 on the Rolling Stone top 10 halftime shows for the Super Bowl, the Rolling Stones in 2006.
Oh.
Which
they would put themselves on there.
Well, I see what you did there. They have Gaga in 2017 at number 9, where she fell off, or when she jumped off the building, quote unquote. You remember that one, right?
I do. I don't remember her. Wait, she jumped off a building?
Well, it started out with her on the rooftop of the dome. And then she jumped in, but of course it was all video set up because she was already planted with the wires and all that at the top of the dome before she got nicely put down and did her performance at the Super Bowl halftime show. Madonna in 2012 is at number 8.
Okay, I do remember that one. I don't remember too much about it, but all right, I respect it.
The Nicki Minaj cameo was the one that really was probably the most not the
kind of out of place.
Yeah,
because didn't she come out and do like super bass or something?
It was something like that, and it was just like, okay, yeah, it was weird, but it also was the most, like, the one thing that I remember the most. I am so spaced out today, it's unbelievable. I've lost, like, I've paused for words for like 3 times separately today. Anyway. 2009, Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band. That really wasn't too bad.
Yeah, I don't remember much about it.
We had 2020 between the Chiefs and the 49ers, the Joe Montana Bowl, as I wanted to call that back in the day. Shakira and Jennifer Lopez.
That was a good one.
Her hips most definitely didn't lie.
They certainly did not.
No. And I was waiting for tonight on that one. Number 5, we've got a collab of Aerosmith, Britney, NSYNC, Nelly, and Mary J. Blige.
Yeah, that was a crazy lineup.
That was most definitely a crazy lineup, and probably the start of all the collaboration that we see nowadays, because number 4 was last year's. Or the one that happened this past February with Dre, Snoop, M, Mary J, Fitty, and Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, Kendrick Lamar fit in perfectly with all them.
Number 3, they have from 2013, Beyonce. Any idea, any remembrance of the Beyonce?
Was that when she did like Single Ladies and all that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that one. Mm-hmm.
Oh, excuse me.
Yep.
Sorry, I had to cough. Had to cough right there. Why are people calling me in the middle of the show? I swear to God. Number 2 is in 2002, U2.
See, I got a weird relationship with U2. So
what is your problem with Bono?
Okay, so
he weighs a lot of Keurigs, right?
I was hoping you would bring that up, but I think he's a weird person. I don't like their music, and I don't like that they put an album on my phone without my permission. But at the same time, I can acknowledge that they've made some good songs. And I like some U2 songs, but not very many. I feel the same way about U2. I feel the same way I feel about AJR.
Yeah, I see your point. And last but not least, of course, in the rain, in the purple rain.
Yes.
Prince.
Of
as
course.
it should be number one. And we're going to take a quick commercial break now and finish off the work week with the DF3 for the weekend. You're listening to the Afternoon Blitz.
The Blitz has been called.
Tom Luganbill here for my friends at Woody Anderson Ford. Bobby White and his team take great pride in their service department, and you can see it the moment you walk into those beautiful new service lanes. And just like a championship team, they all work together to make sure your experience is second to none, whether you drive a Ford or not. Also, check out the gold certified pre-owned inventory at Woody Anderson Ford for great deals every day. Stop by and see them at Jordan and Sparkman or at Woody Anderson of Madison on Hughes Road, or visit WoodyAndersonFord.com.
This hour of the Blitz is brought to you by Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Online at FlemingHSV.com.
Here's Bobby White from Woody Anderson Ford on their service department.
President's Award winner 2 years in a row. That's only given to the top 10% of Ford dealers in customer satisfaction. So we're very proud of the service department. And our body shop. If you happen to get into an accident, which not a lot of people just want to go down and see a body shop, but if you get into an accident, award-winning body shop. We have state-of-the-art paint booths back there. They're waterborne paints that we use, friendly for the environment. We've got our production system, the way things are in and out. We have the fastest cycle rate in town of getting your vehicle in, getting your vehicle out, and assured that it's fixed right. We take pictures before it's wrecked, and not only after, but we take it as we're putting the parts on. All done to above industry standards. So I'm proud of our body shop too. Don't forget our parts department. So you don't have to need parts, performance parts, or just parts if you're a weekend mechanic.
Woody Anderson Ford, located at the corner of Jordan and Sparkman, as well as Hughes Road and Madison. You can also check out the great deals at WoodyAndersonFord.com.
You want the right specialist for your recovery. At SportsMed Orthopedic Surgery and Spine Center, we understand every body is different. Your muscles and bones are unique, as is your body. Our SportsMed specialists offer innovative treatments and minimally invasive procedures, allowing you to quickly return to the life you love. Locations in Huntsville, Madison, Athens, and Decatur, and on the web at sportsmedalabama.com. Improving performance, improving lives.
AVIQ. Who is AVIQ? AVIQ is audiovisual the intelligent way, where we put our IQ to work for your AV needs. With more than 100 years combined experience in audio, video, and automation, our team of experts is dedicated to one thing: helping you discover technological solutions that make your home special. Once you experience a game or a movie on one of our state-of-the-art home theater systems, you may never leave the house again. AVIQ can build the entire system for you or provide the quality components if you're a do-it-yourself. But AVIQ is more than just home theater and state-of-the-art sound systems. We offer a variety of control options for home technology. Energy efficiency, heightened security, and improved quality of life are all attainable through the automation of home systems. Intuitive and user-friendly control is our main priority in designing a system that meets your needs. Don't just take our word for it. You need to see it to believe it. Come visit us at our state-of-the-art showroom on University, just east of Jim and Nick's, across from AT&T, or visit AVIQHSV.com.
How long does it take to get to the forest? That's not far. What are we gonna do? Hike? Sure. Are we there yet?
Yep, it's a short drive from your neighborhood to your naturehood. Visit discovertheforest.org, brought to you by the Ad Council and the U.S. Forest Service.
The Blitz has been called.
And welcome back into the Afternoon Blitz, the final segment of the week of the Afternoon Blitz. Even though Bandi's only been like 2 days, he's like, man, this is a short week. This is like, I'm ready to do more, right?
Man, this is weird. I thought it was Tuesday.
Tuesday. I'll show you Tuesday, Bandi. Anyway, as we do each and every day, I'll close out the show. We do it with this right here.
Ladies and gentlemen, the DF3.
Trouble.
I was about to say, Captain Cool Captain Cool could be a bad influence on you if you didn't do that. Anyway, DF3, I'm feeling going over the weekend right here, and I'm doing a full college football slate. I'm also doing a Florida-Tennessee single game play, so don't worry about that. Hendon Hooker's my captain. I'm rolling with 5 balls compared to 1 Florida Gator. Yeah, I'm ready for it. Anyway, so for the college football and the full game slate, it's got 14 different games that you could pick from right here. So one that I am very, very big on that you can get at a pretty good price is Drake May of the University of North Carolina's quarterback. As Carolina and NC State are going to be playing each other, and Drake May has been making the rounds in the news because he said some nice little trash talk with some rivalry, if you remember, Bandi, that if you couldn't go to North Carolina, you had to go to State.
Right.
That's just typical banter right there. But another one that I like right here, Blake Corum, running back, University of Michigan. He's been rolling 23 points a game. I think he'll have a monster game tomorrow. As well as from Central Michigan, this guy is averaging 26 points a game, and very good job at the running back position. One Lou Nichols III.
Ooh, I like that pick.
You don't even know who that is, do you?
But I like the name.
Anyway, that has done it for us today. We will be back in full force on Monday, unless Florida wins, and then somebody help me. Anyway, Bandi, enjoy your weekend, sir.
Oh, I'll be right back here for the Buckhorn game.
Me too.
All right, see you soon.
For Bandi, I'm Smokey. You guys have yourself a wonderful weekend of college and pro football, and I lost my train of thought. You're listening to the Afternoon Blitz, or you weren't. Have a good weekend.
Treat your servers well.
With us today, Dr. Tracy Lowry of Best Vein Care of Huntsville.
When we evaluate a patient and they indeed have significant venous disease, most third-party payers, private insurance,